Hello there, it's Margherita. It's a while that I don't do any video for this channel, but I made this video for my Italian channel and I thought I'm just gonna make it in English as well. So I'm finishing my orchid tattoo that I started in November, so it's quite a while that I didn't touch it. This that you see is my bag for traveling, for all my tattoo stuff. I use the stick and poke technique. This is the project that I'm gonna make, although I changed it a little bit. I changed my mind, so I'm making some softer shades. So I'm using my smaller needle, the 3 liner, this one. I also have the 5 that I would use for some highlights, attempts, and then the 7 and the 9. I used the 9 for the outlines of this orchid. So I started with this technique last year when I've met my current partner, who has a couple of stick and poke tattoos from a friend of him, and I really liked the style of these tattoos, and I thought I'm gonna try it. So I ordered a box from, I don't remember the company, but it was a disappointment because the black ink was pretty much gray instead of black, and I thought it was my lack of experience, but actually it was just the ink quality. So then I had to order a different ink, and then the second ink that I ordered from this company was supposed to be teal, but it was actually green, like emerald green. So and it was also open, and then one of the needles was also open, but they didn't, I think they sent me a new needle or something like that, but they didn't do anything for the teal color. And yeah, so pretty disappointing. Anyway, the thing is that because I didn't have any mentor or any, teacher, it was mainly trial and error. I've been practicing on myself, and then some people started asking me to tattoo them, and that's a bit complicated because tattooing is a very intimate process for how I experience it. So I prefer to tattoo friends or people who I like, people who I resonate with for whatever reason. And often really whoever was asking me to design for them things that I really didn't enjoy to design. And that's I had to learn to say no often, and I don't know if I could ever be a real tattoo artist, because they have to kind of accept what the client asks, and it's not really rewarding for me, even if you get paid, so it makes sense. But because I'm not a professional, I don't get paid like a tattoo artist. I just do it for fun, and sometimes I do it for my friends. But I like to tattoo people that I trust, especially because it is a bonding moment for me. Either if it's for a friend, so if I'm tattooing a friend, it's really nice, it's a really deep moment. And if I'm being tattooed by a friend, because a couple of tattoos that I have, I've done it with a gun, and a friend of mine from Trieste did them. And yeah, if it wasn't a friend of mine, I wouldn't have tattooed myself with a gun. And then and if it's not a friend, if I'm tattooing myself, it's a bonding moment with my body for me. So it's really like celebrating my body, and I don't wear much makeup, but this is kind of a makeup for me. It's a moment where I explore the connection with my body, also with a little bit of pain. To my experience, it's more painful if someone else is tattooing me. If I tattoo myself, it's less painful, and this is my experience also, for example, with waxing, which is not the experience for many other people. Other people prefer to be tattooed by others, but for me it's different. I prefer to tattoo myself. And because I tried both methods, so both with the gun and with the needle, I can say that I prefer the needle because the healing is much faster, way faster. And that's quite obvious, because here I just use a needle, but a gun is a needle that goes up and down, and at the same time is being dragged across the skin, so it kind of breaks it, and this is why it's a bigger wound when you're using the gun than when you're using a single needle, like in the stick and poke technique. Here, as you can see, I'm trying to use some white, but it's not very successful because it's very hard to put through, and it's very, very hard for the ink to stay. And anyway, white doesn't really show as white in the skin. It's just a little bit like your skin, but discolored, as if it was like a scar or something. Yeah, it didn't really stay. As you can see here, the before and after, the white really doesn't pop. So yeah, that was a little bit of failure, but overall I'm really satisfied with this tattoo. And yeah, I thought I was gonna do a time lapse for my channel, and yeah, I had fun. I just used some Vaseline. I don't use any film because it's just unnecessary trash for me. I'm still really careful, so I disinfect it and I put coconut oil on it. I take care of it. But plastic is also to protect the clothes from the ink, and I don't need that because my clothes are mostly black. As you can see, it's a pretty delicate shades what I've done, so maybe I will need to go over them again in the future, but for now I'm really satisfied with how it looks. So yeah, this was all. I hope you liked this video, and yeah, I'm gonna post maybe something more in the future, so if you're interested, subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you soon.